Our next guest didn't just break speed limit, she breaks records. She's known as South Africa's fastest lady and reaching speeds of more than 230 kilometers an hour on the drag tracks. So, wow. So we're going to introduce her. The Lady of Speed, Charlotte Czank, joins us now to talk about qualifying for the MSA Regional Drag Racing Championships at Tarlon International Raceway and what it takes to compete at the very highest level of South African drag racing. Welcome to the show, Charlotte.
Thank you so much, and it's such a privilege to be on here. Thank you. So much appreciated.
Congrats. You can see I'm raring to go myself. Congrats, by the way, qualifying for the MSA Regional Drag Racing Championship. How special is this achievement for you and your racing team?
You know, I can't actually begin to explain it. The passion for me started at a very young age. And when I was older, I did automotive photography to just be on the track. You know, I sort of saw it as a VIP seat to be right next to the cars. And then my husband, actually, we met post-COVID on the drag racing strip. And I started racing with him. And I'm really blessed with such an amazing team that really knows what they're doing. And my husband is the best instructor that I could have asked for. I mean, within 4 years, I've really grown into the sport like you can't believe.
Well, you're known as South Africa's fastest lady. That's a title many people dream of. How does one even... I know you mentioned your husband and meeting on the drag race. How do you keep up with those kinds of levels of speed?
To be honest with you, my husband always says you're either born with the feeling to do something or you're not. And luckily for me, having the same passion as something that I was born with, it comes naturally. So what a lot of people don't really know is we don't spend a lot of time at all on the track testing and practicing. Majority of the time, the first time I get into my car is the week of racing. And the biggest thing is just I don't mingle a lot, especially not before the race. I focus and I set my mind on it. And my biggest goal is just to ensure that I bring the car hopefully back in the same place that I brought it in. And, you know, it's the excitement about it. You can't explain it to someone. You need to experience it to be able to explain it. And don't ask me how I do it, because God knows I still don't know till today how I get it right. But, you know, I have a huge support system behind me, and my husband teaches me the best of the best, and my mechanical team, you know, they won't allow me to get into a car if they don't believe that my car is ready to race. So it really makes a huge difference when your internal support system is ready, and then you know you can trust your car.
Speaking about trusting your car, I see you've got a Nissan 1400. I remember my dad had one of these. They are the most nippiest, zippiest cars, but you've done something else with them. Tell us about this machine now and behind those incredible times.
So what a lot of people, the 1400 retired last year. It's with her that I did the 8.7 seconds on the quarter mile at Tarlon last year with MSA's regional championship. We ended up third place in our class with her. But the problem was I wanted to go faster. And my husband said, well, this car isn't safe enough, because his number one responsibility and priority for him is safety in the car. So last year, November, my husband bought me a Toyota 86, you know, the car, but it's not a normal 86. It's a pro street car. So we took my whole engine out of the 1400 and then we built it into the 86, but with upgraded parts, billet parts, you know, the parts that can handle the amount of horsepower and torque that you're trying to put into it. And since then, you know, in the beginning of the year, my car was as slow as my first 1400. I did a full 14 seconds down the quarter mile, felt like I was creeping. And within 3 events, we've dropped to 9 seconds. So sure. I'm hoping this weekend is where everything is going to change for me, to be able to break my 8.7 down to at least the 8.5 or 8.4.
And is there any fear, or is it just pure focus?
To be honest with you, I have a saying, the day that I'm not scared when I get into my car, I won't get into it, because fear is actually what sets the focus for me. because when you go that fast, I hear you said I did 230. I actually did 264 kilometers an hour over the 400 miles so far. No, 400 meters so far, sorry. And it's not really the speed for me. For me, it's all about the G's that you feel when you get out of the line, the amount of power when that car pushes you back into that seat and you actually a passenger. I call it the PlayStation cars. They are a lot more comfortable to ride in, but our old school cars, you feel every single power going through your hands and through your body, and your body's actually bruised afterwards. It's actually sore.
Oh, wow. And nobody
Yeah.
tells you about that, you know?
No, but I think it's a good thing because I think if you did, I might be too scared to get in it in the first place.
Okay. All
um,
right. I mean, the regional championships are around the corner. What are your expectations heading into Tarleton?
Well, my team did something completely different. My husband decided to put nitros through my turbo to get my car out of the line. And I've never, ever used nitros. So it's definitely a new experience for me and something that I'm not sure how I'm going to handle it. We do have testing this coming week where I'll be able to feel what the car feels like before we get to the racetrack. But it's difficult because South Africa's tracks don't really allow you to put down the power that you want to put down. And Tarleton is the A grade, a 400-meter track that there is in South Africa. So if you want to run a time, then you have to do it at Tarleton. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it internationally. And unfortunately, with high-speed cars like this, we need a brake distance of at least 800 meters to a kilometer after we've pulled our parachute. So nitros it's a new stepping stone for me in my motorsport career. And, I know my team won't allow, and especially my husband won't allow me to get into the car if they don't feel that the car is ready. And to me, my only job is to ensure that my mindset is ready and to go through everything because we race the old school cars, there's so much technicalities and things that happens behind the scenes that people don't really know and understand. They think you just get in and, drive down there. And I wish it was that simple, but it's not. But, to me, I don't race against anyone else. It's a male dominant industry. It always will be. I race against myself to try and be an inspiration to my daughter that maybe someday, hopefully she'll want to be on the track and, not in the streets and in the clubs. And to show women that if we have the passion and if we have the talent, we can do it too. We're not trying to over dominate the males. We're just trying to enjoy the sport with them and share it with them. That's all that it is.
I love that. There we go.
Wow.
Charlotte Czank, South Africa's fastest lady and qualifier for the MSA Regional Drag Racing Championship. Thank you for sharing it with us. We wish you and your family and your racing team all the very best at Tarleton.
And thank you so much for having me. And while I have the chance, I just want to thank my husband and my team for me being able to, create this opportunity. And I hope I don't disappoint them. And I do hope that I safely succeed and bring the car back in, one place and one space.
Safe racing, Charlotte. I'm sure we'll get you back. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. Have a good day. Thanks.